Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you with Vote Loki #1. I know that doesn't inspire confidence, and it shouldn't. Let's talk about who made this. This is Christopher Hastings, writer, Langdon Foss, art, Chris Chuckery, color artist. There's everyone else working on the book. And Loki was created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby. And to kind of sum it up before we even get into it, this book essentially bastardizes Loki. Like, we follow this girl named Nisa who lived in the kind of the rough areas of New York. Years ago, it was destroyed. Tony Stark donated money to the mayor at the time, or I think it was the mayor, to rebuild. The mayor funneled the money into his own campaign. We find out that Nisa becomes a reporter at the Daily Bugle, and she's really good about weeding out political, corruption. And you would think, seeing that, like the original script, that would be kind of a cool concept. Maybe seeing her team up with Peter Parker or whatnot, or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, the one good thing Christopher Hastings did is he created Gwenpool. That was cool. But, for those of you that come to the channel regularly, and I appreciate you guys checking out the videos, y'all know my stance on flat, horrible art. And this, I think to date of the 500-something videos at this time that I've recorded, this takes the cake. Now, groups, like room full of people, there's artists that can do it swimmingly. Like, for example, Grant Morrison's Green Lantern book. There's a page where Hal kind of goes into this sort of meeting room. It kind of reminds me of the what's the Promenade in Deep Space Nine. Anyway, it is freaking fantastic. Like, it's almost on par with something you'd see from Neil Adams, rest in peace. But this, I mean, look at this. There's like a little bunch of little Play-Doh heads. And the colors, they're so muted. There's nothing vibrant, nothing to get excited about. Now, they try to inject a little bit of excitement, but it's kind of like a wet fart. Nisa notices that her badge, her reporter badge, is different looking than everybody else's. And she goes, "They're not reporters. There's a gun." And at least they kind of do sort of a Dutch angle to kind of give some sort of imminence. But brace yourselves. You ready? Hail Hydra. Look at how flat and undetailed this panel is. Now, if y'all remember when we went over that's a loose word, when we kind of went over X Factor issue 8, the artwork was okay in that book. But the plot was horrible. I only think I got through 4 pages. This book, I was able to finish it, but it took many times standing up, stretching, and just going, oh, this is so bad. And I think what was kind of keep me semi-invested in X Factor is the artwork wasn't too bad. But the jokes, the lame jokes, I couldn't do it anymore. I just noped. So I think here it was bad art, bad plot. But I guess I really just wanted to show you guys a full, really bad comic book. I mean, after these Hydra guys attack these very flat, angled, flat, paneled, flat, colored bad guys, enter Loki. Again, nothing to get excited about. I mean, think about it. Go back to when we were doing the Death of Doctor Strange. Artwork was fan-freaking-tastic. We go back to the Dark Phoenix saga. Think of all the vibrant colors, the excitement that those books built. And, oh, look, here's Loki. I'm just a regular Joe talking to people. Now, if this, let me clarify something before I continue. I'm not trying to bash the creators. Let's get that right. I bash the book. But I do feel like if there was a more seasoned writer, like for example, if they would have brought like Walter Simonson into the artwork, and maybe someone like Louise Simonson, Chris Claremont, somebody. I think the concept that they were going for would be interesting because Loki starts to tease about how he may run for president, may not run for president. Because he says, which candidate am I voting for? Neither. They're both liars. Fun to watch, but... And she's like, liars? Loki, does Asgard have any phrases about black pots and kettles? And again, if this was a more professionally done book, this would have hit a little bit harder because he says, cute, listen, these candidates dance around questions like they're hot irons. They make half position based on whether people want to hear, and they clearly stand in contrast to their true history. And then once they take office, they do whatever they want, anyway, as quietly as possible. America, if I were your president, I'd have the guts to lie right to your face. And then look, oh, what is that? What is that? When are we back to webcomics? What is that? What is that art? Brr. No, just no. And then we go into talks, topical stuff, memes. And then we get weird looking Loki in a very frumpy skirt. Yeah. I can't go anymore. I can't do anymore. I don't use this word. What's the word? I don't flippantly use it all the time. But this book, has your body ever just like cringed, like, ugh? Yeah, that's what happened reading this book. Every time that I try to just power through it, it was just, I wanted to stop. But I powered through for y'all since I gave up on X Factor. I was like, no, I'm going to do this for everybody. And I'm seriously going to have a drink after reading this comic. Vote Loki #1, folks. If you've enjoyed it or you're curious about it, please first and foremost support your local comic shop and grab a copy. If you've enjoyed this review for what it is, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you can possibly know. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little Asgard bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys will get notified. Come to the channel, and we love talking with you all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.